to welcome BikeNext 2026 Norton Commando, rolling out on a piece of motorcycle history, where classic British charm meets modern engineering. That's exactly what the 2026 Norton Commando promises to deliver. Today, we dive deep into this motorcycle's personality, performance, design elements, price, and what sets it apart from the rest. If you're a fan of modern classics with soul, stay with me, because the Commando isn't just a bike, it's a statement. Let's start with what lies under the fuel tank. The heart of the 2026 Norton Commando is a 961cc parallel twin engine, a configuration that stays true to Norton's heritage while delivering usable modern performance. This engine is both air and oil-cooled, paired with the smoothest shifting 5-speed gearbox, and produces a lively around 80 PS of power and 90 Nm of torque, tuned for a balance of everyday usability and spirited rides on open roads. IDRSS (1/2) Trade brains +1. From a rider's perspective, this engine delivers that unmistakable British twin character, with the kind of rumble and throttle response that's both engaging and visceral. You'll feel smooth power delivery at lower revs, ideal for city cruising, and enough grunt in the mid-range to make highway overtakes feel confident rather than frantic. Now let's talk about how it feels on the road. The Commando's chassis is built around a handcrafted steel frame, and you feel that craftsmanship from the moment you push off. At the front, 43mm Öhlins USD forks handle suspension duties, fully adjustable for preload, compression, and rebound, while the rear gets matching Öhlins twin shocks. This premium suspension setup isn't just about good looks, it helps the Commando stay composed through corners and maintain stability even when the road gets quick. IDRSS (1/2) Bike wheel. Braking performance is taken care of by strong Brembo hardware, with dual 320mm discs and radial mount for piston calipers up front, and a single disc at the rear, backed by dual-channel ABS for safety. That level of stopping power is critical, because this bike isn't just about looking good, it's about being able to ride hard when you want to. IDRSS (1/2) Bike wheel. One area where some riders notice a defining character is vibration and ride feel. At lower speeds, the Commando feels beautifully classic, smooth and pleasant. Around cruising highway speeds, though, vibrations through the foot pegs become noticeable. This isn't a flaw as much as it is part of the bike's personality, a reminder that you're riding a big twin with old-school charm. IDRSS (1/2) Return of the cafe racers. Now let's step back and look at the design, because this is where the Commando truly earns its keep as a classic modern bike. From the very first glance, the Commando's styling makes a statement. Its round LED headlamp housed in a retro-inspired nacelle, the sculpted fuel tank with distinctive knee cutouts, and the spoked wheels with polished rims give it a bespoke presence that few bikes in this category can match. IDRSS (1/2) Return of the cafe racers. The use of gold accents on the suspension, carbon fiber front mudguard, and meticulously pinstriped finishes bring a level of detail that feels almost artisanal. It's easy to appreciate the blend of craftsmanship and performance parts, a design language that nods to Norton's legacy while embracing exactly the right amount of modernity. IDRSS (1/2) Return of the cafe racers. The Commando comes in variants, most notably Sport and Cafe copyright racer styles. The Sport version offers a more relaxed seating position with upright handlebars, perfect for all-around riding comfort. The Cafe copyright racer, on the other hand, brings an aggressive stance with clipa on bars and a solo seat cowl that shouts performance and attitude. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Trade brains. Inside the cockpit, you don't get a giant TFT screen or loads of ride modes. Instead, Norton has chosen to stay true to the retro feel. The instrument cluster features twin analog dials for the speedometer and tachometer, with a subtle digital insert for trip info. This keeps the interface clean and classic, though it may feel minimalist compared to competitors. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 return of the Cafe Racer's comfort on longer rides. It's a mix. The seat feels firm, more in line with sporty intent than longer distance touring plushness. And the riding position leans slightly forward, especially on the Cafe copyright racer version. But if you're buying this bike, you're buying it for the experience, not for highway neutrality or cushion and the relaxed vibes. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Return of the Cafe Racers. Speaking of experience, let's talk price, because once you see that number, a lot about the Commando's place in the market clicks into focus. In markets like India, the Norton Commando 961 is expected to retail around a superscript 120.99 lakh exact showroom, which reflects its premium positioning among modern classics. Converted globally, this places it in a price bracket that pits it against established retro performance bikes from brands like Triumph or Ducati, a niche but passionate segment of the motorcycle world. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Zigwheels.com. So what makes the Commando worth its price tag? First, it's the handcrafted nature of the build. Bikes like this aren't churned out by the millions. Each one carries a bit of that bespoke character that you just don't find in mass-produced machines. Then there's the suspension and brake hardware, which are genuine premium components rather than styling props. Finally, the Commando's heritage appeal, the story of Norton, the iconic nameplate, and the fusion of classic design with modern usability gives it an emotional value that goes beyond mere specs.